Welcome back to my channel. The story of today is chilling and exciting. This ghoulish tale is worth an trillion thrills and chills. This is the story of a black female vampire named Larissa. Once upon a time there was a rich white plantation owner named Sterling who owned a large plantation called Gaia. On this plantation, he grew many crops and had many workers who worked there. There are many types of workers. Some were white, some were Asian, some were Hispanic, and some were black. The plantation owner was very racist and he treated all the blacks badly. He would often beat them and his wife would look over while laughing. One day a new worker came to the plantation. Her name was Larissa, and she was a very beautiful black female. Even though the plantation owner's wife was also black, she still hated her because of her color. One day the plantation owner's wife was getting some sugarcane juice and she asked Larissa to get some too. But when she turned round, the plantation owner's wife splashed some of the juice on her dress. When Larissa turned around, they both glared at each other. The plantation owner's wife was scared because she knew that if the other workers found out, they would kill her. So she started to cry and said that it was an accident. But Larissa just glared at her and walked away. From that day on, the two of them hated each other. The plantation owner's wife knew that she couldn't defeat Larissa in a fight, so she tried to trick her. One day she asked Larissa to come over and see something funny. When she arrived, she saw some of the other workers hanging from trees. They had been working late and the plantation owner had gotten angry. He had tied them up and left them to die. Larissa was very sad to see this, but the plantation owner's wife just stood there laughing. This made Larissa very angry and she vowed to get revenge on her. This is the story of a powerful black female vampire who had her mastermind, body and soul wrapped around her finger. This story takes place in the early 1900s on a plantation called Gaia. Now this plantation had many workers of different races, but today we're only focusing on the vampires who lived there. You see, there are many types of vampires. Some are Chinese, some are Irish, some are black, and some are white. But for the most part, they all get along except for one day, when a black female named Larissa gets word that her fellow co-workers are being mistreated by their master. You see, their master was a cruel and unusual man who liked to whip his workers for fun, and one day he went a little too far and actually hurt one of her best friends. This enraged Larissa, because no one has ever disrespected her or her friends before, and she wanted revenge. But she wanted it in a special way. You see, Larissa was a STEM vampire, meaning that she can turn any human into a vampire and her prodigy. And she had plans to turn her master into a vampire lover. But first, she had to get close to him so she can bite him without him knowing. So she started to work extra hard around the plantation, hoping that her master would notice her hard work and maybe even give her a reward. And it worked. Her master was so impressed with her work that he gave her a special task, which was to come over to his house and cook him dinner. And while he was eating dinner, she finally made her move. She went back to her shack and took out a wooden stake. She sharpened it and made sure it was strong. Then she went back to the plantation owner's house. She let herself in and waited for her to come home. When they arrived, Larissa jumped out and held the stake to Sterling's throat. The plantation owner screamed, but Larissa didn't care. She pushed the stake in and drank his blood. From that day on, the plantation owneress became her vampire lover and she never had to work another day in her life. She bit her master on the neck and turned him into a vampire. Then she turned his whole family into vampires as well. After that, Larissa had complete control of the whole plantation secretly. She made the other workers her vampire lovers and together they ruled the plantation Larissa, secretly became master of the plantation Gaia. Now, if you like this type of story, then be sure to let me know in the comments. I'll see you next time.